In this video, I'm going to tell you 3 things that changed my mindset completely, and in doing so, actually raised my vibration to a higher level. My main goal in this video is to show you a new way of thinking about things. We all know that to solve problems and get out of emotional and physical ruts, it is important that you understand not only why it happened, but what is needed to be changed to resolve the problem. And by following through with these ideas, we can then build ourselves up to be the people we want to be. It all comes down to raising your vibration. One of the most powerful ideas that you can utilize as a tool to not only raise your vibration, but to solve problems, get out of ruts, and change your life is detachment and attachment. The first thing when it comes to this idea is understanding that when you were growing up, you were experiencing things for the first time. You were literally on earth in your body for the first time, and everything was brand new. You not only used the 5 senses, taste, touch, hearing, sight, and scent to understand what you like and dislike, but you use the emotional responses brought on by these senses to make decisions. There is nothing wrong with this in the beginning. You are trying to understand reality and the physical world. But as we get older and expand our knowledge, an odd thing starts to happen. The 5 senses are not enough to deal with what we know, how we feel, where we want to be, and other particulars of our life. This is why detachment and using it as a tool is so vital to reaching a higher reality. Know that you don't have to emotionally travel through every decision and every scene that plays out in the movie that is your life. To nurture yourself in a higher vibration, there is no need to attach to everything. Learn how to not only disidentify with the things in your life, but with your ideas of yourself. You are whatever you decide to be. Allowing yourself to have no strings attached that bind you to reality lets you leap distances. Do not let others' ideas of yourself and your personal beliefs keep you from doing what it is that you want. Transformation that aids you starts with you. Let go of all the things that are keeping you in a particular mindset and see yourself instantly shoot up in vibration. The second vital idea that I want to share in this video has to do with permission and agreements, and how you can make these things flexible so you can be who you want, need, and have to be. First, let's talk about the idea of agreements. There are 2 types of agreements in reality. Agreements that have been built for mass consciousness and personal agreements. With mass conscious agreements, we have countries, cities, wars, religions, economics, societies, sciences, mathematics, things that a large number of people have agreed on. We all agree that having money is necessary, but it only stands to be reasoned with because nearly everyone on the planet has given it value. We all know that it is just a piece of paper, but it is also the piece of paper that dictates almost everything. There are personal agreements, and this has to do with what you have seen and experienced for yourself. For example, some people think that ghosts are real, others do not, and because of this fact, the ghost believer and the non-believer act in very different ways when it comes to these topics. We have all made agreements with things, and we have the ability to not agree with them anymore. The key is to apply that to your reality. Do not autopilot agreements. Make sure that everything that is in your life is because you have actually decreed them to be there. If you have ever been told you are lazy or you're dumb, or you're not good enough, you do not have to agree to these things. And if you have agreed to these things, you can choose to make a disagreement with them. By making agreements with things that raise your vibration, you can begin to transform your life. By making no agreements and foretold judgments, you start to free yourself. And because you are free, your reality becomes free. But this is where permission comes into play. Now that you know that you can do whatever you want, you have to make the transition. It all starts with giving yourself permission to be free. Finally, give yourself permission to be yourself and take the path that you've always wanted to take. Before major things start changing in your life, you need to make internal changes. The amazing thing about this is that by changing your permissions and perceptions of reality, you start to feel more expansive, and your reality reflects that. Say you want a new, higher paying job, then you need to give yourself permission to look for a new job. Maybe it will require some schooling. You need to give yourself permission to go back and not be embarrassed by having to go back. Do what you need to do to get past the blocks you have placed before yourself. Stop looking at the work that needs to be done on yourself as if it doesn't change your entire reality. People do this all the time. They will want a change in their life, but continually do the same things. It ultimately comes down to you and what you're willing to do. The previous mentioned ideas all tie into one thing, and that one thing is that your reality is a reflection of yourself. All of the things you like, all of the things you don't like, all of the problems and all the happiness in your life is a reflection of you. When you really understand this idea, then you start to say to yourself, how can I change myself today? Or how can I be more consistent? What reality should I make today? Let your goals and your imagination take you anywhere. Take responsibility for all of the things in your life so then you can give yourself permission to actually change them. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would love if you left a like or even checked out some of my other videos. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Anyways, have yourself a great day.